Welcome, Water. I'm Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho, and today I would like to offer your mid-year review and check-in. Just kind of getting a little vibe check, see where everyone's at for the current year, where we've come from, what we've got accomplished, and where we're headed next. So, if you are Water, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, this message is for you. Or if you have water high up in your charts, this one can also be available to you. If you're interested as to when I talk about the water high up in your charts, there's a natal chart linked down below that gives you your base 12 houses and all the signs and symbols, but there's a section in there that talks about your elemental alignment as well, saying like which is your highest. Like mine is water and air, but a lot of people have like water and earth or fire and air, fire, water, whichever, but it talks about all of that in there as well. So if you're interested, you can check that out. Any of the decks and cards I'm using are linked in the description down below. So we will get started with your past 6 months, things that have been going on so far from January until now. We're starting off with the Queen of Gabriel, passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. You can do anything right now, go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. So Water, you've been in this really vibrant state of anything that you've put your mind to, you've been able to accomplish. Anything that you have put your foot towards has actually started to work better. It's saying that you've achieved some stuff. You're not quite to where you would like to be just yet, but you're heading in the right direction. And it's saying that it's been through a lot of your independence, but also knowing the right person to ask at the right time when you do need the help. So Water, this past 6 months has been very impressive as far as the forward movement you've been having. So where you're coming from so far looks really good. Let's take a peek at our second. Oh, well, that's cool. We have the King of Gabriel. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details for others. Experiences that lead to success. Genuine concern for others. So when you have the royal couple of Gabriel, which is part of Water, which is part of you, we're talking about a lot of compassion, a lot of understanding, but also being able to see through other people's nonsense, where you're like, that don't work. So going forward here, you've went through a lot of growth, but you've had a lot of success, and it's actually led you into a better place to be able to, if you're in a service industry, if you're starting your own business that is service related, it's actually helped you grow and develop into the best version that you could possibly be up to this point. Going forward, we'll see what else is going on, but right now, you're in a really good spot. Everything's moving the right direction. So your third card is the Three of Michael. Releasing the past, you will grow from the situation, and time heals all wounds. Michael is associated with fire, which is your opposite, and this card is really saying it's time to let go of the stuff that no longer serves. You have moved so far beyond where you used to be, and there's still a couple of things that I feel like you are carrying with you because you feel like you might need them in the future. And what I'm hearing is you don't need to carry them, because if they are needed, they'll come back. It's time to set these other situations down and let the past rest. Let the past be the past, and you're on a new journey. The Queen of Gabriel and the King of Gabriel are saying, Water, you've got this huge transformation that you're working with right now, so there's no reason to tote around this old, denser, heavier energy that no longer serves and really isn't helping you at all anymore. So it's time to basically move on from that. So before we hop into our going forward energy, which is guides and some portals and looking at stuff like that, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions. Also, if you are a little intuitive or you're trying to expand yours, let me know what you're seeing when I hold the cards up. Just if you feel comfortable with it, toss it in the comments. It's always fun to hear what other people's intuition says. So yeah, let me know in the comments, because it's always fun to hear what other people say. So your first guide and guardian going forward is the goddess Gaia and ocean Jasper. With the stones going forward for the next 6 months, if there's a stone that you have that's like, if you have one of these stones that are referenced, carry that with you. Allow it to help you make your decisions, or at least support you in your decisions. So we're working with Gaia and Jasper. The card is called Goodwill. I activate the spiritual power that benefits and protects all beings through mutual enhancement. The power of goodwill, generosity, and grace. I plug into the golden energy grids of grace that rise from the earth and provide all that I need for every being to manifest their destiny. I put my faith in the potency of encouragement. I hold an empowered vision for myself and all beings in the world. So, what you're getting with this Gaia and Ocean Jasper is, first of all, staying grounded. Water, that's not always an easy thing. Water likes to escape, but it has the unique talent to form itself to whatever mold it's in. And so you've got this interesting dichotomy going on where you want to escape, but at the same time you can fit. So when we look at it from that perspective, it's really saying, water, going forward here, you are in a really good spot. Everything that you've had so far has brought you to a really good neutral point. And going forward, it's all about knowing when to do the right thing at the right time, and that's where tapping into Jasper, Ocean Jasper specifically, which is this stone right here, and working with Gaia, who is a very powerful grounding energy. She is the Titan that we basically walk on. She's Earth itself. So when we start to understand how that plays in, it makes the decision process a lot easier, because she can show you, is this really something big, or are we making a bigger molehill out of, are we making a mountain out of a molehill? And that's one of the blessings of working with that energy, is it's able to bring you down where you're like, okay, this isn't as big of a situation as I'm making it out to be. There's a simple answer and I can move beyond it. So your second guide guardian card is the Ascended Master Merlin and Mystic Merlinite. I have no idea what Merlinite is, to be perfectly honest. Our card's title is Read the Energy. We'll read this for you. You trust your gifts for sensing and directing subtle energies. As you set clear intentions, you playfully and creatively work with energy and consciousness. You perceive deeper levels of reality with total trust that you are spiritually protected and gifted. You rest in the knowledge that all souls' experience serves the spiritual evolution and healing of humanity. Your confidence in the invisible and loving work of spirit in the lives of all beings is effortless. You're working with the power of transformation and of manifestation. When we look back to the ancient stories of Merlin, we see a divine master. We see a magician or a wizard of such power that even today he's referenced. You could almost put him on par with like the legendary King Solomon, where the wisdom that Merlin carried was unbelievable. He helped guide Camelot into its most beautiful state with the Lady of the Lake, and if it wasn't for the fact that Arthur had turned away from the guidance, that's when Camelot started to fall. So this is what they're saying, is you have this intuitive ability going forward to understand, to really grow where you're at and where you're going, and this is actually going to shift your awareness and your frequencies into a much more manifestation oriented space, meaning the more you focus on it, the more it comes down. The more you focus on it, the more it comes down. Spirit, mind into the physical, spirit, mind into the physical. And that's what you've got going on. You have understanding the energy that you're working with and that you're around, but you're using this positive, goodwill, grounded energy to keep yourself in check and keep things in balance, keeps that ego kind of at bay. So let's take a peek at what kind of portals or what kind of doors might be opening for you going forward here, Water. And this deck is kind of a fun deck. It's the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. So it has lots of interesting little doors, different concepts. So if there's something that I see that is just not clicking for me, I will dig out the book and we'll go through that. I like to read intuitively, but there are some of these cards in this deck in particular that I just don't quite tune into or tap into, which probably means it's not mine to read. So, but we'll check out here. Come on, deck. Why are we being like this? But yeah, Water, you've had an amazing first part of the year, and where you're headed is even more impressive and more powerful. So so far you're looking really good. So our first one, which is one of two portals or one or two gates that we're going to look at today, there could be many more, don't take this as only, is the Holy Grail, inner discoveries, finding sacredness, and you are what you seek. This taps into that Merlin card really strong because this is the transformative energy. This is healing. This is moving beyond the physical. This is stepping into basically an immortal state, whether that's physical immortality or spiritual immortality. But it's saying you are done playing small, but to be able to grow bigger, because you've already done a lot of growth, but to be able to step into this next level, it's time to go in. It's time to understand what's going on, which allows you to see, as it says here, you are what you seek. When you look inside and you see that core, that connection to God's source divine, all of a sudden, everything you've been striving for outside, you're like, oh wait, it's already here. Because you're in the now moment, and in the now moment, everything is here. It's not in the future, it's not in the past. When you live in the now, everything lines up in that level. So you're really in this positive vibrational state where it's allowing you to come in and anchor to this higher frequency. So your second, okay, seriously. So Merlin and Merlinite and the Grail, which are all kind of tied together in certain lore. Your second gateway is the Gaia Gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom, transmutation, earth intelligence. So you have Gaia and Ocean Jasper and the Gaia Gateway. So basically, these are the two gates that are showing up for you. We have the Merlin, spiritual seeking and growth. We have Gaia, which is helping to understand healing and manifestation. So with this one, sorry, that just was pretty funny. It's saying this is where we connect in. We tap into that Earth Star chakra, which is about 6 inches to a foot below your feet. This helps us connect to Gaia in a stronger way. This helps us understand where we fit into the world and how things play out. Wisdom transmissions and earth intelligence, learning experiences. There's going to be some more growth going forward here, but it's going to be growth in a way that is actually really beneficial for your spiritual development. It's not just education, it's not just mental learning, it's not just book study. I mean, that could be part of it, but what I'm really getting for our water family here is going forward, Gaia is going to help you ground so that you don't have that urge to escape nearly as much as you do. Water is just a natural thing, but it's also going to help you stand in your authority. When you say enough's enough, Gaia's energy, that good grounding stone energy, is going to say no. The person said enough, that's where we stop. So you've got this really good vibe going forward. It's going to be a little bit of growth. There could be some challenges along the way because that's part of growth. But overall, you're looking really good going forward for the next 6 months. So if this reading resonated, please let me know in the comments. And like I said, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about any intuitive bursts you got from the cards as I was holding them up. But with that, I will let you guys go. Have a great rest of your year, and I will see you in the next video.